Hands. What can't they do? They can grab things, interact with things, display emotion, and evoke feelings, which is why today, due to popular demand, we will be rating the hands of the male agents in Valorant. Now, I'd be lying if I said this one isn't gonna get a little bit controversial. The Valorant community, well known for being a sort of e-boy, e-girl community.
For every kill you get, I'll give you an ooh.
Alright, bet.
Personally, guys, e-boy hands overrated. The time of malnourished e-boy hands is no more. We're now in the era of soft femboy hands and masculine bear claws, which is a perfect segue into the first agent of today, Breach. Now this is interesting. Right off the rip, they're not even real hands, okay? They're robotic. Bionic? Now, seeing as this is the first agent, I don't want to be too harsh. I quite like the design of them. They look like they flow well. They look like they operate quite smoothly. They don't look rusty. They don't look like they're gonna catch. In regards to animations, he has like 100 different types of hands. Color is simple, but simple isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes simple is just what you need.
Why you bullying me?
And I think that's why we're gonna play it safe here and put him at the top of B. Now, B isn't bad. B is what I would consider average. S, God tier. A, these are good hands. These are nice hands. We like seeing these. B is average, and then F is bad. So being at the top of B is definitely nothing to be ashamed of. Moving on, contestant number 2, we have Brimstone. And already I'm seeing something I like. The minimalist black with the orange glow. Oh my lord. I feel like if I knew how to drive a motorbike, these are the type of gloves I'd want to be rocking. Hands look quite beefy, quite meaty. Now there's nothing crazy about these hand animations, although I must say when he throws this little stim beacon, you get a slight glimpse that his forearm is jacked, and that's pretty cool. For some, they find it attractive. So I think this is pleasing a lot of people. This is a close one, but I think I'm gonna put him into A tier. Moving on, we now have Chamber. And finally, a bit of skinship. On the surface, Chamber does look like he could be a little bit of an e-boy. He starts to slide into that sort of TikTok realm. But I would actually say his hands are quite different than what I expected. First thing to note is the gloves. Although they're quite cool, I feel like the color is a bit off. They should be a little more brown. Also, his thumb is weirdly blocky, and it's reminding me of those like thumb minions in the Spy Kids movies. I'm not sure if I would prefer a more round, classic watch. He's quite a fashionable character, and I feel like his watch should reflect that. The underside of the gloves are kind of okay. The way the sort of stitching runs down along his thumb into his palm, it's almost as if the glove had something there and then it got ripped away. His fingers look a bit like bro doesn't drink his milk. Why are his fingers bending like that? Now the way he pulls out this card, pretty cool. The flick, nice touch. I know I might get a lot of shit for this. Look, if we're looking at the entire character, style-wise, I think my boy is dripped. But that's exactly why his hands and his gloves are just lackluster. They don't compare to the rest of them. Continuing on, we have Cipher. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, these boys strike me as pretty sick. Cool in sort of like a sleek, mysterious way. Like, they got something about them. The colors are very nice. I like the navy, the sort of dark navy black and bronze. They are... Animations, guys, come on. This motherfucker's slick. So I'm hesitant to put these in S just because I don't truly know what an S tier hand looks like yet. But for now, 100% I feel comfortable putting him at the top of A. Next up, we have Valorant's newest agent as of recording this video, Gecko. And I can't lie, the first thing that strikes me, despite the color, something about these hands look a little plain. The drawings, the tattoo on his wrist, I feel like they could use just a little more color, just a little more pop. Again, the thumb, they really did the thumbs dirty on the male agents, guys. Gloves are giving me Buzz Lightyear vibes. To infinity and beyond looking ass.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no. Buzz looking alien! Where?
This one's very cool. I do like that sort of, you know, it's snappy, it's satisfying. I'm sure it appeals to the TikTok attention spans of Valorant players. I'm gonna have to, yeah, it's a tough decision. There was just nothing kind of crazy about them. I feel like if Gecko's the Buzz Lightyear, then Chamber's the fucking Woody.
You got friend in me.
We're now on to Harbor. First thing I'm noticing here is that wrist piece. It's pretty cool. I like the colors. I wish the water moved a little slower. It's a little distracting. Like the accessories, the rings. This is the first like glimpse of accessorizing that we've had. The gloves, not gonna lie, are a little boring. For some reason, his thumb doesn't seem as bad as the others. Still quite flat and like cut off at the top, but it doesn't seem as like thick. Like it doesn't seem as wide. Now, although the animations are cool, I would say there's actually nothing crazy about the hand movements itself. I'm going to bump Cipher up to S, Breach up to the bottom of A, and Harbor goes at the top of B. Okay, KO. On the surface, these just look like cooler versions of Breach's hands. They just have a much nicer color palette, I think. This animation, very cool, very strong. Love that his hands glow. Love the color palette on his forearm. Bro's twitching a bit, a little too much monster before dinner time. Ah, this one's sick. This one's sick. This is like some Popeye shit. This is like bouncing something off your bicep. Oh yeah, now we're into the real nitty gritty here. Yeah, okay. That's pretty sick. Now his forearm is literally throbbing. You know what? I think this is actually a pretty easy decision. I think he is S tier. Now we're on to Omen.
Creeper.
Now these are very much e-boy hands. I will say though, the design is very cool. The glow on the wrist, a nice touch. The gloves having like rubber fingernails is kind of fucking weird. Stylistically, I guess there's nothing like bad about them, but functionality, I can't imagine having rubber fingernails would be of any use. And animation, kind of cool. His hands look a bit like weird. Bro looked like he got stung by a bee. Come on, there's a joke to be made here somewhere with those hands. When she, you know what? Fuck Omen. Dog shit hands. Boring. Yawn. Alright, now we got Phoenix. And I'm not gonna lie, had I done his hands first, I might have viewed them as sort of plain. Well, now that we're towards the end of the list, I see that they're actually quite unique. It's honestly really refreshing to see. You got a little bit of accessories going on with the rings. Flip over the hand. It's exactly what you expect. A hand. This... very cool. Powerful. Snappy. This is going to be the most abstract thing I've said all video. Something about how he moves his left hand here at the end tells me he knows how to treat a woman. They're not the most manly hands in the world, but would I hate to have them? Definitely not. I'm going to bump Phoenix in front of Breach. Second to last, we have Silva, and this is the first time we're seeing something kind of similar to the girls tier list. We're finally getting a partial exposure. The glove on his right hand, way cooler than the one on his left. Left glove is just a little boring, a little plain. Now, it's not doing it for me, but I'm sure the way he's presenting his fingers here probably does it for a lot of women or men. Whatever you're into. Just when he pulls out the bow, the tip of his middle finger looks mad bulky. Like that shit looks like a fucking mushroom tip. Kind of similar to Astra. I feel like he got one good hand and one bad hand. I mean, hey, all you need is one good hand. I think this has got to be F, man. Last but certainly not least, we have Yoru. Now, the spikes are cool on the middle knuckle and the ring knuckle, and on his wrist too. Not too sure how I feel about the one on his index finger. Gloves are pretty cool. It's like a mask. I feel like these are teetering too much on like plain and cool. Like they didn't go all out cool, but they're not completely plain. Hey, look. Drop the mic. Oh, this was pretty sick. The shape he makes with his hands. Not sure why I'm trying to show you with my hands. You can clearly see on the screen. He got that fucking 2 in the pink, 1 in the stick. Alright, guys. I guess. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. This is a tough one. You know what? The guy's hands as a whole are tough. Riot didn't give us much to work with. Only reason Harbor is as low as he is because the gloves were a little plain. Outside of that, his hands were actually quite good. So maybe we bump him up to A. Yoru 100% was better than Harbor. You know what? I'm sticking with this. Am I happy with it? Admittedly, no. What can I change? I don't know. I think I need to hear your guys' thoughts in order to sort of like develop my opinion a bit. So I'll definitely hear what you guys have to say before I go putting any permanent decisions in place. But for now, that's going to be the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any other ideas for tier lists, make sure to leave them down below in the comments. I think it actually would be pretty funny to start a series where I just do tier lists on like the most random things in video games. League of Legends midsection tier list. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.